And good evening and welcome to Kirkwood High School, the second part of a doubleheader here in the Class 4 the sectional round. As I'm BJ Schulte, joined by Jim Plyman. Ian Ross is our cameraman here tonight from Kirkwood, as it will be the Parkway Central Colts, 23-5 on the season. Winners of District 6 in Class 4. They're going to take on the Pacific Indians. They're 22-5, as they were winners of District number 5 in Class 4, as they defeated Borgia and Sullivan in their district to get here to the sectional round. And for Parkway Central, they beat MICDS and John Burroughs last Friday for the district title, as they meet here in the Class 4 sectional round. Should be a good matchup. As I mentioned, both teams only 5 losses on the season. This is the second part of a doubleheader. We thank Parkway Central for the partnership here tonight as we are inside the Vandalia Bus Line pregame show. Also want to thank Athletic Republic. And, Jim, if this game is anywhere close to the girls' game, which went double overtime, MICDS beats Sullivan on a buzzer beater in double overtime, 70-68. So we're looking forward to this one here tonight. As Jim, just tell us a little bit about how these two teams got here and some of their Athletic Republic key scorers.
Well, this Parkway Central team, DeAndre Campbell, averages just under 24 points a game, and he gets some help from Arthur Green and Devion Harris. Harris had a big game in the district final the other night that was played at MICDS. It was against John Burroughs, and Harris was able to lead this Parkway Central squad, especially strong second half, including a bunch of dominant dunks, and had a little touch away from the basket. A very impressive game. And Parkway Central just playing good basketball. They've won 9 of their last 10. They come into this game averaging around 60 points a game, giving up 47. And we look at Pacific, and they give up 50, or they score 57, and are pretty stingy on defense with just giving up 44 a game. So I would say you're going to see a lot of inside game with Devion Harris. DeAndre Campbell, he's a bulldog, man. He dribbles, he plays very hard, averages almost 24 points a game. And he was a little under that the other night, but he can play.
I think the stat that I'm looking at between these two teams, maybe the stat of the game, DeAndre Campbell, in 28 games, he's attempted 323 free throws. I mean, I almost want to ask if that's a misprint. 223 out of 323. 69% for DeAndre Campbell. You mentioned 24 points a game, but he shoots it at a good percentage, nearly 50% from the floor, over 50% on two-point shots. He's also knocked down 21 threes. So, I mean, he's a pretty versatile player. You look at Arthur Green, nearly 11 points a game. Yeah. You mentioned Devion Harris.
Well, Harris had 24 in that game the other night, and he only averages 8 points. Was averaging 8 points a game.
Yeah,
he's up to 9
now,
but 24 points. He had just a dominant second half.
So, you look at a 24-point score, then you have some balance for Parkway Central. The question for Pacific is, outside of Cameron Van Leer averaging 20 points a game, you've got 4 players that average between around 6 to 7.5 points a game. Can one of those guys step up and support Cameron Van Leer, because there's going to be a lot of attention around him?
Yeah, Van Leer popped in 27 in that game against Borgia the other night, and Trey Boyer had 10 behind him. And, obviously that offense goes through Cameron Van Leer. And, you stop him, I'd say you got a good chance of winning the basketball game. But Pacific's playing good basketball, and I'm sure they're pumped up for this one as well. If it's anything like that first game, where you're in for a treat.
And, I mean, you look at the two top players for each team, top scorers at least. You look at Cameron Van Leer. Yeah, he scores 20 a game, but he also averages nearly 9 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and nearly 2 steals a game as well. And you look at Campbell, mentioned those 24 points a game, also 4.5 rebounds, nearly 5 assists, over 2 steals per game as well. So the top scorers for each team, they also do a lot of things defensively for their squads as well.
And Pacific with 7-0 in conference play as they are champions there. Just a good season for both teams. And, BJ, this is what you work for all, summer, spring, or summer and fall. And, you want to be playing your best basketball this time of the year. Both teams are. And something's going to happen here on the floor.
And here in Class 4, we're going to take a look at some of those other matchups before we get to the Vandalia Bus Line starting lineups. But throughout Class 4, you have Sikeston and Hillsborough at the top of the bracket. St. Mary's and Vashon, which that game can be heard on Prepcast. Bob Ryan on hand for the contest. Also, Logan's Rogersville taking on Carl Junction, Rolla and Grandview. And then you have this game, Parkway Central and Pacific tonight. Winner of this game will play Saturday at Washington High School at 2:45 tip time. They'll play the winner of Jennings and Liberty out of the Wentzville School District. Also, Raytown South taking on the Center, as well as Kearney and Lafayette out of the St. Joseph area in the state of Missouri. So those are your Class 4 matchups already here from Kirkwood High School. It was the MICDS girls with a 70-68 double overtime win over Sullivan, and it was at the buzzer, a buzzer beater in double overtime. Jordan Brooks with the bucket, and we hope this one's a good one for you as well, as we are going to have those Vandalia Bus Lines starting lineups for you in just a moment. As again, Vandalia Bus Lines, they've been around since 1932, moving people through St. Louis and across America. Any large group trip that you may have coming up, contact Vandalia Bus Lines. And Jim, the starting lineups are going to be announced to the crowd, but why don't we go ahead and tell us who's the starters for both squads?
All right, for Parkway Central, it'll be number 10, DeAndre Campbell. He's a guard. Number 20, and he is a senior. Senior number 20, Jake Silvestri, also will be playing guard. And you know what? We may be able to stay right with him here. Let's do that. 6'1" senior, number 10, DeAndre Campbell. And another guard, number 20, senior, Jake Silvestri. Wearing number 23, also at guard, number 23, Jaden Littlejohn. At forward, number 24, senior, Arthur Green. And at another forward, wearing number 40, 6'6", sophomore, Devion Harris.
So again, Campbell, Green, Harris, Littlejohn, Silvestri for Coach Rick Kirby's Parkway Central Colts, 23-5 on the season. Let's talk about the Pacific starters.
Cameron Van Leer wears 0. He is a senior, 6'4". Number 3, Trey Boyer, 5'10" guard, senior. Jordan Cousert, junior, wears number 15 at guard. Number 20, senior, 5'7" guard, Matt Strong. And 6'1" forward, senior, Ryan Savage.
And John Van Leer, the head coach for Pacific, and again, his starter is Boyer, Cousert, Savage, Strong, and Van Leer, as Pacific will be the home team on the scoreboard with their white uniforms, and for Parkway Central, they'll be the road team, as in their road black uniform, red trim, lead numbers, and lettering. As again, it will be the big man, Devion Harris, a 6'6" forward, jumping the center circle against the 6'4" senior, Cameron Van Leer, and jam-packed Kirkwood High School.
This crowd?
And the opening tip, and here we go. It's won by the Colts, and we're underway. Class 4 state playoffs on the Prepcast Broadcasting Network. Big thanks to Parkway Central High School for sponsoring this game here tonight. Down low, right away, first possession. Spin move in the lane. Shot is missed by Green, and it goes off of the Colts, and Pacific will get their first chance at the basketball, and the Colts will apply a little bit of three-quarter court pressure. They'll back off a bit here as it's a little token pressure, as Van Leer, not only 6'4", but he'll bring the ball up the floor for the Indians. Van Leer wants a high screen from Savage. Is driving the lane is Boyer. Boyer down low. Savage jump shot up and good. The first bucket of the game goes to the Indians from Pacific. They're 22-5 on the season. It's here down low. Here's a nice offensive set right there as Arthur Green, the recipient of a nice pass from Harris.
Nice look in there by Harris. Saw the cutting Green. Easy basket.
As Trey Boyer gives off for Van Leer, as it'll be DeAndre Campbell with the first crack at Van Leer defensively. May even be face guarded. He may not give much help off of Van Leer, as in the corner there for Pacific, as they cut off and get it back out for Savage to Boyer. Boyer down the right side, dumps it out, but nice hump side right there. Arthur Green able to come away with it. Here come the Colts trying to go coast to coast. A blocking foul will be called as DeAndre Campbell sprinted into the front court. Foul is going to be called on.
Campbell has one speed.
And Matt Strong called for the foul. First team foul on either team. Just a minute and 18 seconds in. Tied at 2 here from Kirkwood High School. Is off the inbounds. Here comes Campbell. Jump stop in the lane. The floater with the right hand spins out. Offensive rebound. Harris. And Harris can't get the shot to go. Van Leer with the weak side rebound. In transition, here is Strong for 3. Missed it. Rebound fought for, and that was blocked off by the official. Going to say off of the Indians. As we are courtside, right next to the scorers table here at Kirkwood. As DeAndre Campbell, the 6'1 senior, right around 24 points a game. So he gives off for Green. There's 23, Little John over for Silvestri. Ball is deflected away as Trey Boyer getting his hand in the passing lane, tips it out of bounds. And the Colts will inbound from the sideline right in front of the Pacific bench as here Little John cut off. He gets it to the high post of Green. It's deflected away. Green will back things out, lob it down low for Harris. The 6'6 sophomore with the jump hook.
Nice touch.
What a soft touch. You're right. The jump hook in the lane. And Parkway Central takes the lead. Ford looking backdoor, hands off Boyer. He wants the 3-point shot. Count the 3 for Boyer.
Trey Boyer with the tray. Probably the first guy to ever say it.
Ford Green looking to the post again. Nice job by Savage. Savage giving a lot of size there, but able to get around Harris. Harris 6'6", Savage only 6'1", but able to get to the possession and take the ball away. Student sections in full effect here.
Yes, they are.
Across the court is the Pacific crowd right behind us over our left shoulder. The Parkway Central student section.
Right over my shoulder.
As here is Strong with the basketball. Matt Strong gives off for Boyer, who just knocked down that 3. Good ball movement there. Is on the baseline. Going baseline with the right hand. Up and in is Jordan Cowser. And we talked in the pregame, would anybody else be able to support Van Leer? Talking about 4 other players, average between, goes down for Arthur Green. Ties the score at 7, 4:30 left in the first quarter. A good pace, good tempo here early on is taken away by DeAndre Campbell, and Van Leer will be calling for the reach-in foul. Great job by DeAndre Campbell defensively. Not only got in there and got the steal, but drew the first foul on Cameron Van Leer. All tied at 7. 4:20 left first quarter as here's Harris. Well extended, looking for a cutting Arthur Green. Turnaround jump shot. Can't get it to go, but he's fouled, and that is on the shot. So they cleared Harris out, the big man, 6'6", to give Green some room to work.
They called that foul on Boyer.
And Arthur Green, 53% free throw shooter. Second leading scorer for the Colts. Nearly 11 points a game. Also averages 5 rebounds a game. The last foul was on Trey Boyer. And that's why they cleared room out for Green. Green with the great size. 6'3", and Boyer trying to defend down low, just 5'10". As Green makes the first free throws, you can hear Coach Rick Kirby shouting his defensive call for the Colts as the Colts lead 8-7. With the basketball, Trey Boyer hands off for Matt Strong. Matt Strong all the way to the basket. Gets away.
He put that one up there, didn't he?
He shifted into another gear, didn't he? He's contested late as DeAndre Campbell will give off for Romello Ball in the game, the junior, number 11 with the basketball. Gives off for Green, looking down low to the post. Nice high-low, down low. Campbell, left-handed layup, good. And that's the thing about the Colts here early on. Not only do you have the 6'6" Harris, but you have Campbell that can post. You have Green that can post. And they're all both very strong, obviously, the football players with that great athleticism and strength to go along with the height advantage. So 10-9, the Colts with the lead. As Matt Strong with the ball gives to Van Leer in the corner.
Yeah, these
guarded by Campbell. As Van Leer lost the ball, got it back. As Van Leer hits the cutting man at the high post. Jump shot on the baseline. is left
Boyer.
short, but he'll try it again. Strong with the three.
Got it.
Missed the first one. Second time he got the three to go. And that gives the Pacific Indians a 12-10 lead.
5 lead changes already.
And Campbell crossover dribble with the
Look at
right
this.
hand. And it's a charge. Who stepped over? That was Savage stepped over. Well, what a quick move by Campbell to crossover, but Savage stepped over. Beat him to the spot, the official said. Draws the foul. First foul on Campbell. Second team foul on the Colts, both teams. A lot of substitutions. Number 21, Tom Hennessy. Number 30, Joey Casey come in for Pacific. Number 32, Devin Rice come in for the Colts. Also entered in the game a few moments ago was Gerald Lenore for Parkway Central.
Now let's see. Van Leer, or Campbell's out of the game, so Van Leer's posted up against another player, different player this time.
Casey gives off for Boyer. Boyer over across in the lane, now back out for Matt Strong, who just knocked down the three over across the way, just passing around the perimeter as Hennessy with the basketball gives off the left side. Shot is too strong from Boyer.
Oh, and a check play. That was by Van Leer.
And Van Leer with his first basket on the putback. Makes it 14-10 on the other end. Lenore missed the shot and tipped off Pacific. Actually checked that. That was 32 with the shot. That was Devin Rice, and the officials are going to change the call. I'm going to say it did go off the Colts with 2:05 left in the first quarter. So the Colts have gone 8 deep already in this first quarter.
Yeah, Devin Rice is now guarding Van Leer while Campbell sits on the bench.
Matt Strong with it over across now on the post for Van Leer, looking for the turnaround jump shot. Instead, dumps it down low. What a look right there. Tom Hennessy with the finish. Everybody thought Van Leer was going to shoot it, but he saw Hennessy the whole time, didn't he?
Sure did. Very heads-up play.
And timeout called. 30-second timeout called by Rick Kirby with 1:43 left as Pacific on quite a run, leading now 16-10. That's a 7-0 run for the Pacific Indians. And coming into this game, Jim, you mentioned in the pregame, both teams right around 60 points a game.
Yep.
Parkway Central at 61, Pacific at 58.
Yeah, that's this is going to be a good one.
We had a great girls game. If you're just tuning in, we had a double overtime buzzer beater. Start the March Madness early, right? As it was MICDS beat Sullivan 70-68. It was a back and forth game. You can go back and watch that on archive, but there was 14 3-point makes in the first half, and then it was
19 for the game.
Just a back and forth game. Big shots, clutch plays by underclassmen, seniors. It was a great game, and we hope this one lives up to it. And early on, the intensity has been outstanding. And we talked in the girls' game about sometimes state playoff games, teams come out tentative, a little jittery. Not the case in this game. You know, these teams are ready to play. The intensity is up here for the state playoff game as Rice with the three-point shot left it short. Rebound for Matt Strong. And Van Leer will bring the ball up the floor. 1:20 left first quarter.
Campbell is back on him.
He's over on the right side. Here's Hennessy. Hennessy goes beyond the three-point line. Lost it as Campbell with the second steal. Came from the backside as Campbell wants to go all the way. He's fouled on the drive. That'll be the fourth team foul on Pacific. And they're going to get Strong, Matt Strong, picking up the personal foul there. And substitutions as Harris, 6'6" sophomore, comes back in for the Colts. Box set on the inbounds. Campbell will inbound with 1:08 left. Still looking, lobs it all the way in the back for Silvestri. And he'll give off for Littlejohn, who's also back in the game for Parkway Central. 1 minute left in the first quarter. Down low, Campbell. Campbell, strong move.
Nice put in, nice assist there from Littlejohn.
And you like the aggressiveness. There was no playing around with that move. A quick, decisive move by Campbell. And you mentioned he goes strong at all times. Averages 24 a game. As here's Van Leer. Cut off as over across for Hennessy.
It's definitely a man-to-man defense.
Hennessy works it over to Calcert. Calcert here in the lane is Boyer. Boyer jump stop in the lane, puts it in. Makes it 18-12. Pacific leads Parkway Central. Let's see if the Colts want one shot as we're down to 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Hennessy was battling down there with Harris on the block. He's backing things out as Littlejohn down to 15 seconds left in a collision there as
which way is that going?
It was Campbell and Calcert were battling for position. As Arthur Green will come back in. He'll replace 42 Gerald Lenore. So original 5 starters back in the game for the Colts. Just under 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Off the inbounds here, Silvestri running shot with the right hand. Tough shot. That was a right-hand runner from about 17 feet out. There's a little trouble getting the ball, and Hennessy's able to find Boyer all the way down to 4 seconds left. 3 seconds left. Half-court shot is left short by Boyer, and that is how the first quarter will end as Silvestri with a tough shot to pull the Colts within 4 at the end of the first quarter. It's 18-14. This is Class 4 boys state playoff action on the Prepcast Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back after a quick timeout.
Bus Lines has been serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 1932, and they take pride in their well-maintained fleet of clean, comfortable, European-style motor coaches and vans. Whether you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip to the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, it's Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area. Call them at 800-542-42.
And welcome back to Kirkwood High School, Class 4 sectional action here on the Prepcast Broadcasting Network. We thank Parkway Central for partnering with us here for this broadcast tonight. And we have the advantage of being right next to the Parkway Central bench. And Coach Rick Kirby was fired up in that timeout.
Yes, he was.
And one key thing that I heard was saying they're doing a great job on Van Leer, but the rest of the defense really needs to pick it up. It's here right off the kick out, 3-point shot is not home. Joey Casey with the shot, 3-pointer into corner, the quick passing. And Pacific takes a 7-point lead. Trying to answer, can't do so as Campbell from the wing, but he comes up with the loose ball, dumps it down low. Harris, boom, with the right-handed slam.
Well, you're going to see more of that.
There's Campbell, though, good job driving, dishing, and even after the missed shot, he fouled his shot. As here is Calcer, drives the lane, tipped away, good help side. Harris right there to come away with the loose ball. Here come the Colts as Campbell is going to be fouled by Van Leer, and that is going to be his second foul. He kind of got caught in the wrong spot, didn't he? He was trying to get out of the way, but once the contact was made, the official could not let that go.
That'll bring Hennessy back in the game. Van Leer is going to have a seat with just 2 points so far.
And you wonder how long he can sit.
Well, you said Pacific had to have a supporting cast tonight. So far they have.
5-point lead. Let's see if they can maintain while Van Leer is on the benches here. Campbell, nice move, but can't make the shot out the window. Campbell hustles to the sideline, tips it out of bounds as he was battling with Tom Hennessy on the loose ball. So Pacific gets the basketball back. As Boyer with the ball between the circles. Gets it on the corner for Casey, who's knocked down a 3-point shot in the second quarter. As Boyer, a little hesitation move from the right side. He's fouled on the drive. Will they say on the shot? I believe it looked like it was on the shot, and it will be 2 shots. So it looked like there was contact on the drive as well,
but
they did blow the whistle for the shot.
Follows on Romello Ball.
And free throw, Boyer is up and in. And looking at Boyer on the season, 74% free throw shooter, 74 out of 100. 7 points a game. Second leading scorer for Pacific, and he makes both free throws.
Largest lead of the game, 7 points.
Makes it 23-16. As Green reverses over Harris, a big 6'6" man, wants the 3 back of board off the rim, no good. Maybe not the shot Coach Kirby wanted there. with a 7-point lead. Are trailing by 7. As here Boyer. Down the left side is cut off as gets it out for Savage. Jump shot by Savage goes down.
Boy, look at these guys scoring with Van Leer on the bench.
I'll tell you, Pacific's playing a fundamental brand of basketball, aren't they? They're sharp passing, good movement away from the basketball.
It doesn't matter who's shooting; they're getting points
from
everybody.
That's the other thing. They're converting. They're knocking down jump shots as well. As here is Campbell. Campbell going the right side. Tough move. Can't get it to go, but he got his miss. Goes up again, and he's fouled by Hennessy. That'll be the 7th team foul. So it's one thing, even though the Colts are trailing by 9 points, that's the first foul on Hennessy. They've drawn 7 fouls. There's still 5:39 left in the half. And you've also drawn 2 fouls on Van Leer, so you're behind early. But we saw in the girls' game, MICDS trailed by as many as 11, but they fought their way back into it. As Campbell misses the first free throw I mentioned earlier. 323 free throw attempts coming into tonight for Campbell, and he shoots 69%. Second, both free throws missed, though, as Green, a hand down, and Harris tracks it down and can't save it.
Couldn't keep it in.
And substitution as coming back into the game, Romello Ball. And Silvestri will sit down. As Calcert will inbound. Calcert, Boyer, Casey, Savage, and Hennessy on the floor for Pacific. That's Littlejohn with the on-ball pressure. Littlejohn ball. Harris' three-point shot is no good. Rebound is fought for and tipped out. There's Boyer. Pacific staying with it. As Boyer spins off a Littlejohn. Good on-ball pressure by Littlejohn. Great job as here Casey looking for his second three. Count another three for Casey. And that gives Pacific the 12-point lead. 2 3-point shots off the bench for Joey Casey. And 5 minutes left in the first half. Now on the season, Parkway Central only allows 47 points a game. They've already let up 28. We haven't even played a quarter and a half.
And Pacific only gives up 44.
And Sarah Campbell looking for the backdoor lob. Oh! And on the alley-oop, what a pass by Campbell, and Green finishes. Perfectly executed. Cuts it to 10. As here is Boyer. Over for Casey. Cut up. Back out for Savage. Here's Hennessy. Hennessy holds. Gives it back over for Calcert. Lost it, but it went between the legs of Campbell. Got it back, but turns it over again. As here is Green.
And look at this.
And he lost it. Boyer with the steal, and Calcert gets it knocked away. Great job hustling back by Littlejohn. I'll tell you what, we've seen some great hustle by Jaden Littlejohn. We've seen his on-ball pressure, but right there, hustling back to get ball level. And it's going to be Pacific basketball as Campbell tried to sell it to their ball. Maybe he really did think they had it, but it was deflected out of bounds. Calcert had it stripped away.
There's some athletes out here, isn't there?
Off the inbounds. Execution right there is Hennessy with the layup. And Parkway Central's defense just isn't where it needs to be here in the first half. 30 points now for Pacific. And Coach Rick Kirby would agree with that. He's got 3 new subs coming in next dead ball. It's on the baseline for Green. Out for Ball to Littlejohn. Here's Campbell. Shot fake. Puts up the shot. Can't get it to go. Green with the rebound. He'll draw a foul as Savage will pick up the foul on the floor. It'll send Arthur Green back to the free throw line. 3:42 left in the first half. Glad you tuned in here. State playoff basketball here on the Prepcast Broadcasting Network. Tonight's game brought to you by Parkway Central, as well as Vandalia Bus Lines and Athletic Republic. I want to thank Ian Ross, our cameraman, here tonight from Kirkwood High. Beautiful setting here for some high school basketball. As Green missed a couple free throws earlier in the half, knocks that one home. And Green now with 9 first half points. He's been active, hasn't he?
He sure has.
Second free throw, Green. That one rims out. Hennessy, who's provided some really good minutes off the bench for Pacific. And how about the fact that Pacific loses their 20-point scorer with 2 fouls, Van Leer, and they've extended that lead. They led by 5. I mean, it was either 5 or 6 when he left the game, and now it's at 11. This here Green defending Hennessy. Hennessy picks up his dribble. Great defensive job by Green that time. There's Casey with the ball. Reverses over for Boyer. That's number 4 in the game. That's Mason Fleming for Pacific. It's here back door. Here's Hennessy with the two-handed slam attempt. Green recovered late and scary there as Hennessy fell right on his tailbone. Missed the dunk, but there was contact. It looks like Hennessy is all right. You saw him get his feet knocked out from under him, and a dangerous spot there, but Hennessy popped up, and nice gesture by Green. Nothing intentional. He was trying to go for the block, and Green made sure Hennessy was all right as Hennessy will go to the line.
That was scary.
Yeah, he was about 5 feet off the ground.
And you just go to the line, make a free throw, no big deal.
With his back, just
wow,
holding his left wrist a little bit. She's worried about his tailbone. Of course, his head didn't slam back, and
he makes them both.
32-19. As Pacific, I mean, they'd be content to not bring Van Leer back in these last 3 minutes. I mean, he came out of the game, what was it, 7-minute mark?
Yeah.
7-minute mark. That was 4 minutes ago. They had a 5-point lead. It's stretched out to 13. Nice back door. Here's Harris with the layup. Good offense that time by the Colts. Got to take advantage of that size, and they've done so at times in this first half.
And they just got to play some better defense.
That's right. Got to get it going defensively. Sir Campbell will guard Boyer. Boyer on the right side for Joey Casey. Back for Boyer. Swinging across for Fleming. Fleming holds it high. Reverses for Savage. Savage over right side Boyer. 2:30 left in the first half as the coach John Van Leer shouting out instructions. This is Indians leading by 11 as here is a near steal. Right there is Casey. Picks up his dribble. He's driving down the right side for the Indians as that's Donta Harris in the game. Number 1 for Pacific.
You know, Pacific has taken good care of the basketball, all things considered.
There is Boyer. In the corner for Fleming. Back to Boyer, just running clock right now. As here is Savage. Picks up his dribble. Contact between Campbell and Boyer right at the top of the key. I just saw Boyer going flying. Didn't see what happened. As here's Savage. 3-point shot. No good. Good block out. Good chase down for the rebound.
He just had contact with Campbell. He's going to lose that battle.
Right there by Lenore. Good rebound. As Rice back in the game, 32. Gets it to Harris in the corner. Skip past Campbell. Shot fake from the foul line. Knocks it home. And he draws the foul from Harris. What a quick first step from DeAndre Campbell. Hit a tough shot. Was fouled. And Campbell knocked the shot down. Now it's 6 points for DeAndre Campbell. 3-point play finished off. It's a 32-24. .128 left in the half. 8-point lead for Pacific. Largest lead has been 12. This here Boyer gives off for Harris. Harris being guarded tightly by Lenore there. Over for Casey. And I tell you what, the defensive pressure is really picked up by the Colts. I guess they said enough is enough as here's Savage on the right side. Over for Harris. Harris drives down the left side and
he got called.
Must have been contact earlier.
Yeah, foul's going to go against Harris.
The block was certainly clean.
No.
But I believe the official is saying
it was Harris.
Contact before. Coach Rick Kirby talking it over with the official. He certainly didn't like the call as Harris to the line. Free throw rims out. Donta Harris has played in 16 games, scored 20 points on the season. 8 out of now 13
freshman
from the line. As checked that, I was looking at the rebounds. He averages 2.4 points a game, 39 points on the season. So, second free throw, no good. Rebound pulled down for Green. So a chance for the Colts to come within 2 possessions or better before half after they trailed by 12.
Get a little momentum going into that locker room.
And Campbell try and make it a 5-point game, and there it is. A long 3 for Campbell, and he scored six in a row, an old-fashioned 3. Trailing by 5. Boyer still with the ball, drawing a count now. Pass over, taken away by Campbell. Trying to make it a 1 possession. Campbell, he's like a, like you said in the pregame, he's just a bull, and he is just
bull in the China shop, man.
One speed, and he seems to be in control with that speed and like a running back.
He gets out of it sometimes, but most of the time he's got it going. And then a nice touch for that.
And he's had a nice spurt here at the end. That's 7 straight points scored by Campbell. Gives him 11 for the night. There's one more free throw to go.
Is coming up off the bench here for the last possession.
The second free throw is good. Cuts the lead to 3. Van Leer's been sitting since the 7-minute mark. Averages 20 points a game, has been held to 2 tonight with the foul trouble. They bring him out here. If anything else, he's drawing 2 defenders. Is up ahead for Cowser. Back to Van Leer. 15 seconds left. It's down to 10 as Van Leer with 7. As Van Leer in the corner. Here's Cowser. Nice shot fake to Van Leer. Down to 1 at the buzzer. Left it short. And nice defense there by Parkway Central on the last part of the first half as the Central Colts finish the half on a run. They trailed by as many as 12.
13.
And they
32-19 with 3:05 to go.
So a 10-2 run to end the first half. So at the half, it's Pacific 32, Parkway Central 29. This is the Class 4 sectional matchup on the Prepcast Broadcasting Network. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and talk about the first half here on the Prepcast Broadcasting Network.
Hey, where are you going? You can't get by me. I'm number 1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number 1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Bus Lines has been serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 1932, and they take pride in their well-maintained fleet of clean, comfortable, European-style motor coaches and vans. Whether you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip to the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, it's Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area. Call them at 800-542-42
And welcome back to Kirkwood High School. B.J. Schulte, Jim Plyman with the Ian Ross, your cameraman here tonight, as it is a Class 4 sectional boys action. As at the half, it's Pacific leading Parkway Central by the score of 32-29. And Jim, what a pace that was in the first half, as Pacific executed the way they wanted early, even though Van Leer picked up his second foul with 7 minutes left in the half. They actually extended the lead up to 12, even without him in the game. But then a nice defensive run there by the Colts, as they were able to really clamp down and get their offense going a little bit with Campbell and Green offensively, the bigger bodies, and cut the lead to 3 just before the half.
Yeah, well, DeAndre Campbell was really strong that last 2 minutes of his half, and he scored the final 8 points, and then he got help from Harris with 2, and boy, they really closed things down. They were down 32-19, closed it with a 10-0 run. It's 32-29. Campbell leads all scores with 12 points. Arthur Green has 9 for Parkway Central. Harris has 6, and Silvestri has 2. Over on the Pacific side, we talked about they needed some help to help Van Leer. And they got it. Van Leer had just 2 points, but they got 7 points from Boyer, 6 apiece from Hennessy and Casey, 5 from Strong, 4 from Savage, and 2 from Cousert to come up with a 32. But they were a bit on their heels. I think, you mentioned it, BJ, that the defense for Parkway Central stepped it up about those last 4 minutes or so of that second quarter and put a little more pressure on the Indians, and boy, you could just feel the tide turn there at the end. And Parkway Central, they went to the locker room with a lot of confidence.
And only trailing by 3. And if you missed the girls' game, you missed a double overtime buzzer beater as MICDS beat Sullivan 70-68 in double overtime. Jordan Brooks with the spin move buzzer beater to send MICDS to the quarterfinals. Some other the scores that have been reported to Misha so far in Class 4 girls. Remember, just Class 4 tonight. Mm-hmm. The Class 1, 2, and 3 have had their quarterfinals. They're all set for the Show Me Showdown first weekend coming up starting on Friday, or rather on Thursday. And then you have Class 5 tomorrow night. I like the way they've split it up. Class 4 tonight, Class 5 tomorrow night. As Class 4 girls scores, Dexter beat North County 61-23. Osage beat Nevada 48-45. Incarnate Word beat St. Dominic, so that means MICDS will play Incarnate Word, as Incarnate Word winning that one 65-44. Lincoln County beat Marshall 78-59. Other matchups that haven't been reported: Gateway and Miller Career Academy, Logan Rogersville and Carl Junction, and Kearney and Benton. The other Class 4 sectional matchups on the girls' side.
And MICDS has not played Incarnate this year. All right, we're underway. Let's give it back to B.J. Schulte.
And third quarter action as Parkway Central ended the first half with all that momentum, going on a 7-0 run and a 10-2 run to end the half, as here is Green missed a shot, but Harris with the putback. And their size had started to really take effect in that second quarter.
Yeah.
And we've seen it with Harris, Green, and Campbell. And it's a 1-point game as here Boyer down the right side goes up strong. He's fouled. And to the line will go Trey Boyer.
He's got it in his head that they're coming after him, but he kept going to the basket and he drew the foul. Good job there by Trey Boyer as he goes to the line.
And I mentioned those other girls' games and some of the scores. Some of the local games in Class 4, you look at St. Mary's Vashon. That game on Prepcast tonight as well. To go along with this one, Sykeston taking on Hillsboro as 1 out of 2. Drawing the free throws from Boyer, so 2-point lead for Pacific. Down low is Green. Green sweeping right-handed shot. That ties the score at 33. Boy, Green with 11 points now. Yep. So Campbell with 12, Green with 11, and Harris with 8.
Third time we've been tied.
Boyer drives to Strong, and it's a charge coming over as Littlejohn. I'll tell you what, I've loved what Littlejohn has done defensively. We haven't heard his name a lot offensively, but the defensive pressure on the perimeter, we've seen him get his nose in there, poking a couple balls away, and right there taking a charge. And Parkway
Speed.
Central,
Speed.
Parkway Central a chance to take their first lead in a long time. To go back and look at Jim's game log here. What was it? Game was in single digits, I think, the last time they led.
Yeah, 10-9.
10-9 was the last lead for Parkway Central. As Littlejohn, Silvestri, Harris, Green, and Campbell, same five that starting this second half for the Colts, is here on the baseline. Now step back over for Littlejohn, 3-point shot, can't get it to go. Rebound, a push off on Harris. That'll be Harris's third foul. That's a big foul right there. 6:31 left in the third quarter, and Harris is going to have to sit down as 42 Gerald Lenore will come in to replace him. Van Leer in for Boyer. Savage, Casey, and Cowsert, the other players on the floor for the Indians. All tied at 33. As here Boyer picked up his dribble and
miscommunication there.
We're looking for Cowsert and frustrated with himself right there. Boyer got caught in between and then almost dragged the pivot foot and then made a poor pass. Just a little, I think a miscommunication.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he thought Cowsert was going to come more towards him and didn't work that way. So turnover, 6:10 left in the third. Campbell, as Pacific playing a zone defense. Campbell gives the Central Colts their first lead since 10-9 with a 3-point shot.
A lot of confidence. And a timeout by Pacific.
And it was a 30-19 lead for Pacific. So a 17-3 run for Parkway Central to take a 3-point lead. 5:56 left in the third quarter. Timeout called by Coach John Van Leer. That's the Indians' first timeout used. Both coaches have used just one timeout tonight. But I started to talk about the other matchups in Class 4, and I mentioned Sykeston and Hillsboro, St. Mary's, Vashon. The winners of those two games will face off on Saturday. Logan, Rogersville, and Carl Junction. Rolla taking on Grandview. We got Parkway Central Pacific here. And the winner of this game will take on the winner of Jennings and Liberty. Liberty's in the Wentzville School District. And that game will be Saturday at 2:45 at Washington High School. And the bottom part of the bracket, you look at Raytown South taking on Center, and Kearney and Lafayette out of St. Joseph's, Missouri, rounds out the Class 4 boys bracket. And after the timeout, let's see if Pacific can get something going. Specifically, Van Leer's been held to 2 points, has battled foul trouble and some face-up defense from Campbell tonight. As here is Boyer.
Yeah, look at it. Look at those
Campbell's
two.
giving no help off of Van Leer.
No.
As here, Boyer turnaround jump shot, can't get it to go. Lenore with a strong rebound. Here comes Campbell quickly in transition. Cut off. Nice job getting back defensively for the Colts, but Sylvester with the three from the right wing. The initial transition defense was good, but that secondary break, nice job. Good ball movement, swinging it over to Sylvester, who knocked down the three. And it's a 6-point lead for Parkway Central. Here's Green with the steal down the sideline with the right-handed shot. Can't get it to go.
He tried to spin and do a little English on the ball off the glass. Didn't get it to go, but as you called, he draws the foul. And he will go to the line with 5:06 to play, and all the momentum is now on the Parkway Central side.
There's not a lot of teams in the St. Louis area or Class 4, for that matter, that can come at you the different ways that Parkway Central can. The way they can attack you inside. They can attack you in transition. They can shoot the ball. And they can put the clamps down defensively as well, only allowing 47 points per game.
Anything else?
That's all. State title contender, I would say.
I would say.
7-point lead for the Colts. With under 5 minutes left now at Pacific. Looking for a big bucket here as Campbell still defending Van Leer. 3-point shot from the corner, too strong. Hennessy with the rebound. Boyer looking back door for Van Leer, but Campbell able to recover. Back to the basket, Van Leer, spin move, drop step, can't get it to go. Well defended by Campbell. Coach Van Leer wanted the contact, not going to get it. As here Campbell in transition, can't get it to go as rebound pulled down by Casey, who had 27 in the district title win over Borgia. Has been held to 2 points tonight. His Indians were able to get up to a 12-point lead. As Campbell diving right in front of us, tipped the ball away.
And we're still on.
Great hustle. Yeah, and then he cords knocked loose. No, so far so good. Woo. It's Campbell. Dove for the loose ball, knocked the press table back about a foot.
I thought we were going to have an interview in game.
To the corner for Boyer is Boyer skip pass for Hennessy. As the ball pressure has just been outstanding from the Colts. Every man on defense doing their job right now as Van Leer pulls the trigger, rims out on him, and off of Green, they're going to say. Was it Green or Lenore right there as Cowser, Hennessy battling as well for the rebound. But Van Leer just faced up, shot the ball right over Campbell, but unlucky that time as looking for the lob to Van Leer. Pulls up from the foul line, can't get it to go as good pressure gets got by Campbell to get his hand up. And Campbell will go the other way, drives, kicks it out for ball back into the game. Here's Green, three-point shot straight away, no good. Casey, hand on it, Campbell saves it, but to Casey, 5-on-4 if they hurry. As Van Leer with the basketball in transition, dumps it down low, Hennessy, and that's going to be a reach-in foul on Green. Looked like the right call. I tell you what, Hennessy is still holding that wrist, and it's taped right now. You remember he took that hard fall when he tried to dunk it. He made both free throws, but he took a hard fall, and that left wrist is taped up. And a whistle on the inbounds. They call it 5 seconds. I tell you what, sometimes the crowd noise and a lot going on around us.
So, BJ, this game with 3:05 to play in the second quarter was 32-19. So it has been a 21-1 run here.
So no foul in that play. It was on the inbounds of 5 seconds, and 21-1, and they're trying to add to it. Can't do it as Campbell. I mean, that's just, we talked about it a moment ago, the versatility of this team. We've seen them hit transition threes. They've gone inside, and their defensive pressure has really picked up. Coach Kirby able to get his team going defensively. They had allowed 28 points, and it was about the halfway point of the second quarter.
Yeah.
About 3 minutes into the second quarter, I think it was. They had allowed 28 points. Only 5 points.
Yeah, you're right.
Since then.
5:04 to go. It was 28-16.
And both free throws made by Campbell makes it 42-33, and Campbell now with 17 points. Averages 24 a game. And Parkway Central with the 9-point lead. And Pacific was just hitting everything in the first half, but they had a lot of open looks as well. The Colts have shut that down. It's here strong. Cut off on the baseline. Van Leer on the block looking for the spin move. Dumps it in. Parkway Central is on a 21-1 run, but hey, you're down 7. Still 2:45 left in the third quarter, so still work to be done for the Colts. Here is Campbell. Can't get the scoop shot to go. Van Leer with the rebound. And Van Leer gets a high screen. Down the right side, over for Boyer. 2:30 left third quarter. That's Devin Rice with the defense on Boyer. Here's Casey. He knocked down a couple of threes in that first half, and here's a blocking or a reach-in foul going to be called. It'll be the 5th team foul on Parkway Central, and
that goes.
They get Ball in that foul.
Ball.
Romello Ball, the junior. As Matt Strong inbounds for Van Leer. 2:20 left in the third quarter. Coach Van Leer holds up a 1. Set play against this aggressive man-to-man defense from the Colts. Here is Strong on the right side, over for Boyer. Boyer to the elbow, cut off, kicks it out for Strong. Looking down low for Van Leer.
See if he tries to go to that basket.
And Van Leer bodied up by Campbell. Out for Savage.
He cannot get open.
And now reaching. What's funny about that is you saw a lot of contact with Van Leer and Campbell bumping, and then right there you see a little nickel dimer there.
Yep.
But if you're
5 team fouls now for the Colts.
And if you're Pacific, now you've drawn 5 team fouls on the board, but I thought that I guess it is still 5 team fouls, but you're almost in the bonus already. miscommunication as Campbell's going to track it down first. Finds Green with the layup. I think the Central crowd was ready for the dunk, weren't they? Layup counts as just as many as Green puts it in, and Green with 14. As here Campbell tried to take the charge, flopped a bit, and forces the turnover as Van Leer lost the ball. Here's Green. Back for Campbell. As Coach Kirby wants him to spread the floor, as the Indians will have to come out of that zone defense because of a 9-point deficit. If not, the Colts can just run clocks. They come out of the man-to-man defense. Good ball movement with Silvestri looking for his second three. This one rims out. And good block out by the Indians. Savage picks up the rebound after it hit the floor.
I think they were happy with that shot selection there.
The 9-point lead was somewhat contested as well with the 9-point lead here with under a minute left in the third quarter now. As Boyer drives out to Casey looking for his third three. That one's back rim, and Arthur Green skied for the rebound, but it's poked away. But good hustle, Lenore able to save it.
He has no fear, man. Wow.
We saw Parkway Central in the first quarter running the clock all the way down to 32 seconds left. We'll see if they won one shot. They could get one shot and take their first double-digit lead of the night. Coach Rick Kirby telling his team a lot of time left. 15 seconds left in the first half. Now down to 11. Campbell down to 8 seconds left. Campbell guarded by Strong. As Campbell, a little shake and bake, puts the three up. Can't get it to go. As a little contact after the play as Campbell draws the foul. And 3 free throws coming up with 3 seconds left in the third quarter.
Well, they did it. They went all the way down to 3 seconds. Great possession. And then Campbell draws a foul for 3.
And Campbell has a chance if he makes all 3 free throws to get to 20 points. He has 18 now on the night. Gives the Colts a 10-point lead. As Campbell takes a deep breath, takes his time. Free throw no good. 3.1 seconds left. As Campbell is third. Free throw up and good. As a 3-point deficit at halftime has turned into an 11-point lead for the Colts. As Boyer still looking, gets it in. Gets it into Savage, back to Boyer. Half-court shot is up and no good, and that'll do it for the third quarter in which the Parkway Central Colts outscore Pacific 17-3 in the third quarter. Their defensive pressure outstanding, and they'll take an 11-point lead to the fourth quarter. We'll step aside for a short break. We'll have fourth quarter action coming your way here on the Prepcast Broadcasting Network.
Bus Lines has been serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 1932, and they take pride in their well-maintained fleet of clean, comfortable, European-style motor coaches and vans. Whether you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip to the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, it's Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area. Call them at 800-542-42.
And welcome back to Kirkwood. BJ Schulte, Jim Plyman with you on the Prepcast Broadcasting Network. So glad you've tuned in here. This broadcast brought to you by Parkway Central High School. We thank them for the partnership here in tonight's game. Also want to thank Vandalia Bus Lines and Athletic Republic, as since the 3:05 mark of the second quarter, Pacific had a 32-19 lead with 3:05 left in the half. Parkway Central has gone on a 27-3 run, just 3 points allowed in the last 11 minutes.
That's something.
And off the first possession as Casey misses the three, rebound. Good block out by Green. And you can see why
Yeah.
Coach Rick Kirby's squad only allows 47 a game. They have size. And down low, there's some of that size as Harris misses the shot, though. Rebound, Rice puts the putback up. He can't get it to go. Third chance tipped out, and Green comes away with it, and a foul away from the ball as Casey was diving for the ball. He picks up the foul, his first foul, and sixth team foul on Pacific. So the Colts are in the bonus the rest of the way. Winner moves on to the state quarterfinals on Saturday. We'll get the winner of Jennings and Liberty. As here, step back jumper by Green, no good. Rebound Faulkner. There's Little John. He can't get it to go. Basket interference.
Nope.
Little John had it in that last tip. Harris touched it while it was still in the cylinder.
Yep.
He thought it was going to bounce out. Couldn't pull that hand back. Let's see, can Pacific make a run at it? They've been outscored 27-3, but they had a 13-point cushion, so just down 11, 7:05 left.
Boy, speed is just taking over here, BJ. Speed and just the tenacity on defense.
Well, and the fact that Parkway Central can play 10 deep.
Yeah.
And you don't see any let up. Sometimes teams get a little lead and they let up. I don't see any let up from Parkway Central. If anything else, they're getting stronger.
Right. I mean, they got
the
trainer running downhill. There's just no doubt. Van Leer drew a foul there. That goes against Devin Rice.
So both teams should have 16 fouls now, so it'll be in bonus the rest of the way. Is off the inbound. Hennessy can't get the shot to go, and Arthur Green skies for that rebound.
Oh, man.
11-point lead for the Colts. On the right side, Little John. Pass fake, reverses over for Harris. There's Campbell, down low, Green. Good step. Drops that move, can't get it to go. Harris offensive rebound, ball is loose again. Great hustle as that was Campbell. Deflected it out to Silvestri.
Green, I believe, hit his head.
And reset for the Colts.
They're stopping for that. He hit his head on that floor.
And Green will be checked out by the trainer. And some physical play down low. And I think, Jim, you saw it. I didn't quite see it on the rebound. One of the loose balls, the rebound.
Yeah, and he kind of got underclipped. And everybody's going for the ball. Just lost his balance.
And then you saw Campbell with the hustle as well to tip it out to maintain the possession for the Colts. Here's Little John with a move. Should stay with the left hand.
Whoa, nice.
Missed the shot with the right as here is
Strong got the steal.
Van Leer up ahead for Strong. 6:05 left in the game. Strong cut off. Gets it over for Cowsert. Hennessy between the circles. Good ball movement over in the corner for Strong. And Strong going baseline. Gives off for Cowsert. Open look for Cowsert. Can't get it to go. Van Leer tipped it and can't control it as four bodies dive for it as Van Leer's shaking up on that. I think he got his left arm
he got it
caught up a little bit as there were four players that dove for that loose ball.
And a hip and
great hustle. And there was a timeout called as Parkway Central, they got the loose ball. They get the timeout called with 5:46 left. And I want to remind fans to check the web schedule. You can go back and check out the double overtime MICDS Sullivan game, as well as St. Mary's Vashon on the network. Also, tomorrow night we have some Class 5 action for you.
Right, we do, and that will be down in at Jefferson College. It'll be Hazelwood Central versus Jackson, and that's a girls' game. And then Hazelwood Central versus Poplar Bluff, and that's the boys' game. And that is tomorrow on Prepcast. Buzz Swanson, James O'Sullivan will be on the call, and Ian Ross will be on the camera. And that's tomorrow night at 6 and 7:45.
I tell you, I love what they've done. I've mentioned it a couple times tonight throughout our two games. The fact that they do the Class 4 games on the Tuesday night and the Class 4 games on Tuesday, Class 5 on Wednesday. Used to have them all bunched together. Each individual class gets a lot more attention.
Right.
And then more, you can catch more games,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
2 different nights.
If you haven't seen enough basketball in the St. Louis area over these last 2 weeks, you're in the wrong place, man.
And we have quarterfinals coming up this weekend for Class 4 and 5, as well as Class 1, 2, and 3 will be at the Show Me Showdown this year. As here breaking the pressure, ball gets it up ahead for Harris with the right hand, layup good. And boy, the big man can run the floor as well.
He can. I'm telling you, this kid can play.
And just a sophomore, 6'6", you know he can grow a little bit more as Van Leer with a long three-pointer cuts it to 10. That's the one thing. Yes, it's a 10-point game, 5:20 left. You can't let Van Leer freed up. He can hit 2, 3, 4 in a row. Averages 20 a game. He's been held to 5. Tonight he sat out almost the entire second quarter with 2 fouls.
Harris to Campbell.
And then the rest of the time it's just been outstanding defense as Campbell answers, posting up on Van Leer. 50-38. This here is Strong. Behind the back dribble, nearly lost it. Backdoor cut to Boyer. Boyer, tough shot. Well contested as Harris came over help side. And he changed that shot as here's Campbell crossover dribble. And Strong hits his head on the floor as question is, was a foul on the drive or on the shot?
He's called for the foul. Strong is.
It's going to be free throws either way. But the question is if it's a 1-and-1 as Strong fouls out. And Strong hit his head on the hardwood there after he fouled. He grabbed Campbell's arm.
The senior, Matt Strong, fouls out of the game. Gets a big round of applause from the Pacific crowd here at Kirkwood.
And it is 2 shots. They do give him the shot. I was wondering because it looked Strong again. He was trying to foul him before the shot. It doesn't matter anyways. He hits the first free throw. Makes it 51-38.
He has 22 points. He averages 23.9.
Second free throw is left short. It's a 13-point lead. Van Leer works it up against Campbell, looking for the high screen from Savage. As Van Leer frees himself up, pulls the trigger. That one's back for him. Rebound for Harris. Big guy got up high for that one. Diving on the baseline was Cowsert, and it's going to go off of the Colts. As that was just some really good hustle by Cowsert to stay with it. He knocked it away from Harris.
These guys are playing hard. You know, not only does Campbell have the 22 points, but boy, he has really held Cameron Van Leer just to 5 points tonight.
As Casey had to try to save it for the over and back, and over to Silvestri, so the turnover. Silvestri with the 3 from the wing. That one's no good. Offensive rebound. Green gets it knocked away by Savage, but the weak side official says there was contact, and Green will go to the line. 2 shots coming up. 4:17 left in the game. Again, the winner gets the winner of Jennings and Liberty. That's Liberty out of the Wentzville School District.
Where does the Vashon St. Mary's winner go?
And the winner of that game will get the winner of Sykeston and Hillsboro.
Okay.
There's some great matchups coming up on Saturday for sure, as both free throws missed by Green and deflected off of the Indians. So ball will stay with the Colts. As Hennessy comes back in for Savage. Both coaches using a lot of substitutions. Both teams have gone about 10 deep tonight. Travel is good job. That was forced by the help side by Cowser. Came over and Green just juggled it a little bit and called for the travel. As both teams in the bonus with 4:15 left. As the Colts trying to finish this one off, move on to the quarterfinals. Boyer to the right side to Cowsert. Going baseline, working against Green. Dumps it inside for Hennessy with the right hand. Way too strong. And that's the effect. As Campbell in transition with the right-handed layup. Good! And the foul to go along with it is Campbell now has a season average of 24. And I was going to say with Hennessy putting that shot up too strong. That is the shot blocking effect right there. As you see, you've seen some shots around the rim really rushed or short-armed by Pacific because of the size, the length. Shot blocking ability as Campbell finishes the three-point play.
Now it's 24.
And 16-point lead for the Colts. Down low for Hennessy. In the corner for Van Leer. Little jab step, but pull the trigger from three. Can't get it to go. Green, another rebound. Here comes Campbell. Tried to behind the back dribble and it's deflected away. And Campbell will get the reach-in foul as Van Leer jumped on the loose ball. And he'll go to the free throw line. 1-1 with 3:35 left.
But it looks like Pacific, they're really sucking air. They're tired. These kids have played so hard tonight. It's just hard to stay up with his speed of Parkway Central.
And they've only allowed 10 points in the last 17 minutes of this game as Van Leer makes the free throw. 6 points tonight for Van Leer. Make it 7. Cut is inbounded for Harris. Harris for Rice, and Casey will be called for the foul. Coach Van Leer wanted the off arm. He's been battling with the officials all night on that contact, but unable to get anywhere as Parkway Central's pressure. And I'll tell you, you don't see too many teams that can play with the physicality that Parkway Central can on defense. Even offensively, they use that physical style. As here as Boyer gets in the lane, kicks it out. 3-point shot for Cowsert. That one's too strong. Rebound Boyer. One dribble, goes up with the putback, and it rattles in before Boyer. And a quick timeout for Pacific. Coach Van Leer calls it, and with 3:15 left, it's a 12-point game.
Boyer's up to 10 points.
We'll take this time to thank Vandalia Bus Lines and Athletic Republic. Vandalia Bus Lines, they've been around since 1932, moving people through St. Louis and across America. They've been a longtime sponsor with Prepcast. We thank them for their partnership, and also want to thank Athletic Republic, as if you want to enhance speed, build power, develop agility, contact Athletic Republic. Now 2 locations in the top of the camera here tonight. We've had 2 games with a great high school basketball atmosphere. Both schools have really come out tonight. As here's a steal by Van Leer. Went off of Green's hands as here's a kick out for Cowsert. Cowsert looking to cut it to a single digit. And a 3-point shot. Cowsert makes it a 9-point game. A little bit of pressure from the Indians. 3 minutes left. 9-point game as Campbell gets across the timeline. As Campbell will back things up. Pacific wants the pressure, and reaching in is Casey. That's the 10th foul on the Indians. So 2 free throws coming up as 3rd foul on Joey Casey, the senior.
You wonder how he's got 300 and some odd.
I tell you, 300. I know now. I know why now. First time seeing the Colts, and I told you earlier, I thought it was a misprint. 323 free throw attempts coming into tonight for Campbell. And he makes the first free throw. Now with 26 points. Make it 27. 11-point lead again for the Colts, and a full timeout called by Coach Kirby. And you like that timeout of making sure his team doesn't let this one slip away. Wants to set his defense.
A little regrouping.
As Pacific's been able to knock down a couple of threes, get a couple of loose ball, a couple of offensive rebounds. They want to make sure they lock things down. And with the 11-point lead, looking to move on to the state quarterfinals in Class 4. And 2:49 to go. Little game reset. 10 team fouls on Pacific. So Parkway Central in the double bonus from here on out. 7 team fouls on Parkway Central. The Colts have 2 timeouts left. Pacific has 3. As again, 2:49 left in the game. What a night it's been here from Kirkwood. And we've had a front row seat, Jim, courtside here next to the scorer's table, so we thank Kirkwood. Setting us up nicely here in the quarterfinal, or rather the sectional round of the state playoffs. Again, the winner will move on to Washington for the quarterfinals, Washington High School. And again, that'll be on Saturday. The girls will play at 1 o'clock. Boys will play at 2:45 on Saturday. And back to action. Do the Indians have one last push with 2:45 left, trailing by 11. Here's Casey. They freed him up for a 3, and all of a sudden Pacific's knocking down the threes again. And now a nice drawn-up set play by Coach Van Leer as Casey knocks home the 3, and he's knocked down 3 3-point shots. As Campbell draws another foul. This one's going to go against Boyer.
Boyer, it's his 4th.
Boyer's 4th. And Campbell, you don't see very many ball handlers like that can look for the contact and draw as much contact, and he can take it with his build, his strength. As makes the first free throw, looking for the second, makes both. Puts it back to a 10-point lead for the Colts. 2:29 left. As Boyer gets a high screen from Van Leer over for Casey. Looking down low, Van Leer. Here comes a double team. Nice skip out. Here's Boyer for 3 from the corner.
Got it.
Another 3 for the Indians and a quick timeout, Coach Van Leer. And it's a 7-point game. What is that? 4 straight threes made by the Indians. And, hey, we thought it was, this had the feel of being wrapped up. And Parkway Central was running away with it. They had an incredible run where it was like 27-3. And then like
27-3 run.
And then they were leading by as many as, what was the largest lead here? It was 16, 54 to 40, 54 to 38.
Yep.
So that's a 13-4 run for Pacific. And if you go back, if you're just tuning in, Pacific led 32-19, so Parkway Central went on an incredible run of 35-6.
Yeah.
From the second quarter to the fourth quarter, but now they've been able to get their shot back and some good ball movement, and they've knocked down 4 3-pointers here in the fourth quarter to get back in, and it's only a 3-possession game.
Van Leer hit one, and then recently, just in these last couple of inside a minute, Cowsert hit one, Casey hit one, and now Boyer hit one.
So 2:17 left, and we've seen Pacific pick up their defensive pressure. Now, Boyer has to be careful. He has 4 personal fouls, so you bring in a fresh body in Donta Harris, number 1. This here Campbell will inbound. They were looking for the home run ball, not available, as get it in for Green. There's Green over for Campbell. Little pressure coming.
Double team.
And Campbell able to get by it. Jumps it down low for Harris. Harris power dribble in the lane. Blocked away. Ball is loose.
Blocked by Savage.
And Savage with the block is here. Is Van Leer. 2 minutes left. Van Leer gets it in the corner for Savage. Back over for Cowsert. As here's Van Leer off a screen. Can't get it to go. Right there is Boyer from the foul line. And Boyer's come to life, and we have a 2-possession game, 58-53. It's much like the girls' game. We thought Sullivan had the big lead, and they were going to pull away, but MICDS came back in the girls' game. Same thing here, as we're down to a 5-point game as a ball was fouled.
Got the student body right back in it from Pacific. They've been vocal all night, as has Parkway Central.
So Noah Ball with 2 free throws coming. Calmly steps up there, averages 4 points a game. He's played in now 16 games this season for the Colts. That was only his 15th free throw attempt of the season. Stepped right up. Could put it back to a 3-possession game. Free throw is good. How about that? Wow. Great job by Ball, the junior. step up there, knock home a couple of free throws. Makes it a 7-point game, 3 possession again, down to 1:40 left. Is here Boyer. Puts up the 3, and he's had a hot hand. You could see him setting that up, a rhythm shot up ahead for Lenore. Harris goes for the steal and fouls Lenore, but it's a 4-point game. You could see Boyer, he's knocked down some shots here in the fourth quarter. He was just setting it up, getting in rhythm, and Boyer
18 points.
now with 18 on the night. And to the line goes Gerald Lenore. First free throw good.
Boy, how about these couple of these guys off the bench?
I tell you, he only had 6 free throw attempts coming into tonight. So he had 2 players averaging around 3-4 points a game. Not a lot of free throw attempts, and they've combined to hit 3 straight free throws. 4 straight. There are a lot of coaches that love to have that kind of depth. Coach Rick Kirby goes 10 strong. Back to a 6-point game. And Boyer, who's had the hot hand, he traveled. He pleads his case, but it looked like a travel, and that was all set up by Campbell stepping up against the screen. He shuffled his feet a bit, a big turnover, good defensive, big defensive stop. So this is like hockey. These coaches, line changes,
Mason
players
Fleming
in and out.
Into the game for Pacific, his first time on the floor.
And 62-56 as Boyer will defend Campbell. Here comes a double team. Over for Ball. Yeah, down low for Harris. Goes in for the slam. He's fouled. Fouled by Savage, and Harris will go to the line with 1:13 left in the game. And it's still 2 possessions, so big free throws coming up for the sophomore.
Well, Central's just got 2 free throws from Ball, 2 from Lenore. Those were their first points of the game. Now it's Harris. He has 10, 11.
And, you know, it's pretty much cliche, but make your free throws. But how about this? That's 5 straight.
Yeah.
Free throws made by Parkway Central.
Actually, that's...
And going further back, just the last 5.
9
in a row here in the fourth quarter. And
we jinxed them.
As Harris had his foot on the end line. But nonetheless, 9 out of 10 in the fourth quarter, trying to seal a game where Pacific is knocking down 3 after 3 after 3.
Yeah.
They needed all 9 of those.
Actually, I just looked and it's 10. It was 10 until he missed that one.
So 3 possession game, 63-56 as Boyer trying to set things up for Van Leer. Van Leer is fouled, and it'll be a bonus. If you couldn't hear Rick Kirby right in front of us, he just screamed, "Don't foul," as Van Leer picking up the foul. I mean, that's exactly what they want, an outstanding shooter. His percentage, actually only 60%. A little surprising as he missed that one. Such a good shooter, but misses the free throw, and that's a big, big miss for Pacific.
That's a travel and a missed free throw the last 2 times down the floor. Van Leer gets called for the foul, reaching in on Campbell, and he'll go to the free throw line with 52 seconds and 29 points in his pocket.
Try and stretch it out to the 9-point lead as Campbell to the line. First one good. 8-point lead for the Colts, inching closer to a state quarterfinal appearance on Saturday, awaiting the winner of Jennings and Liberty. Second free throw good as well, 65-56. The Colts with their free throw shooting have been able to withstand a fourth quarter run from the Pacific Indians. 50 seconds left as Boyer with 18 tonight picks up his dribble. And from the backside was Green with the steal, and right there Little John was fouled. Great job by Arthur Green. Poked the ball away. And fouling out is going to be Boyer. He's going to get a nice hand.
18 points. Trey Boyer, senior. Another standing O from this crowd from Pacific.
Both teams came in tonight just with 5 losses. Pacific had won 15 of 17 on their way to a 22-5 season as Little John makes the first free throw. And Parkway Central.
That's his first
and
point.
won 16 of 18. So you talk about these two teams that only lost a combined 4 games out of the last 35. Coming in this matchup as 1 out of 2 in the free throw. So 10-point game. Van Leer up and under. Well defended by Campbell. And Campbell will be called for the foul. So 3 free throws coming up for Van Leer. Just 38 seconds left. They're going to say 2 shots. They're going to say he was not on the shot. They're going to say he was not shooting, but now they're talking things over, and they will say 3 shots because he did look like he was in the shooting motion. So Van Leer's first free throw is short. That's 2 straight free throws missed by Van Leer, and the first one was the front end of the 1-and-1. Second one good. 66-57 for the Colts. Maintain possession, make your free throws like they have been. Be in great shape with a 9-point lead. Second one, no good. Rebound for Harris, trying to quick outlet the ball. Tipped out of bounds off Van Leer, so score remains 66-57 as Fleming will come in for Van Leer. Offense for defense as Van Leer has a little bit of foul trouble as inbounded for Campbell, fouled by Harris. And right here, Campbell can make it a 4-possession game. The 9-point lead, DeAndre Campbell with 31 points.
It's a game he'll remember. No doubt.
And first free throw good. And Campbell for point number 33. He's got it.
12 points in this quarter for DeAndre Campbell.
And Van Leer will let it roll. Now he picks it up. 35 seconds left into the front court. Long 3 rattles in for Van Leer. Cuts it to an 8-point game. And Van Leer, that'll give him 11 points on the night. 68-60 to score on the long 3-pointer. Timeout called, so no give up in the Pacific Indian. Trailed by 16. They had it all the way within 5. Here in the fourth quarter, they got it within 58-53.
Yeah, with 1:47 to go. When Boyer hit the little jumper by the free throw line. But then Ball made 2 free throws. Then Lenore made 2 free throws. Both guys up pretty much off the bench. They were their first 2 points.
I'll tell you that's the key part of the game because I think that was in the double bonus at that time. But those 2 players don't score a lot, averaging 3 and 4 points a game. And combined, they only attempted 20 free throws the entire season. And they both stepped right up and made both free throws.
And Campbell's 10 for 11 from the stripe in this quarter. But I'll tell you what, Pacific just didn't roll over and die here tonight, BJ. They had everything going against them with that unbelievable 27-3 run. There's a touchdown pass
to Arthur Green, and he's going to be called for the travel. It looked like he did take a couple extra steps, his momentum with him. And
It wasn't a perfect throw from the quarterback.
Looking at the coaches are like, why are we doing that?
Yeah.
Let's get the ball inbounded as here Van Leer up ahead looking for another three. That one's no good. Rebound skied for both Green and Harris right there as 23 seconds left. And 8-point lead. As Arthur Green to the line, first free throw, rims out. And Arthur Green's second free throw, rims out as well. 23 seconds left. As Van Leer up ahead, gives it for Casey, looking for his fourth three-pointer. That one's too strong. Lenore with the rebound. Harris rebounds, and just a matter of time now. 14.4 as part of the crowd has made their way to the exit. But I tell you what, the majority of the crowd still
they sure are.
have stuck around as Lenore back to the line. He's done a nice job rebounding off the bench. And we mentioned earlier, knocked down a couple of big free throws at a key time. As Lenore, second free throw is good, makes it 69-60. As Van Leer up and under for three. That one will not go in as rebound for Green, and he's fouled. 69-60 as Campbell back to the free throw line, and which may be the final.
Maybe.
Free throw. Actually, it wasn't Campbell, it was Green.
A lot of free throws in this fourth quarter.
And they made him when they needed them. They missed a few here late, but they're really just kind of.
Cameron Van Leer is out of the game. His senior season is over.
And some substitutions for Pacific. You see
Nick Hirschler is in.
As Green's second free throw good. Makes it 70-60, and three-point shot at 3 seconds left is way too strong, and that's going to be the final score as Parkway Central will move on to the state quarterfinals with a 70-60 win over Pacific. As Parkway Central will improve to 24-5 on the season, and they'll await the winner of Jennings and Liberty in the state quarterfinals from Washington on Saturday afternoon. What a performance by the Colts, and we'll take a final timeout, and we'll come back and wrap things up as the Colts move on to the state quarterfinals here on the Prepcast Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back.
Bus Lines has been serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 1932, and they take pride in their well-maintained fleet of clean, comfortable European-style motor coaches and vans. Whether you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip to the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, it's Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area. Call them at 800-542-42.
And welcome back here to Kirkwood High School. Final, Parkway Central wins 70-60. As a hard-fought win early in the game, Pacific was hitting on all cylinders. the Colts fell behind 32-19, but then you could see in the last few minutes of that first half they really clamped down the defense, and they were able to make some shots and get Campbell involved going to the basket, and were able to cut that and lead it down to 32-29. They went on a 10-0 run to end the first half, and then they came out, and Coach Kirby really got them going defensively. They shut down Pacific for really 2 quarters until the fourth quarter, when Pacific made a run at the end to come within 4. But Parkway Central able to finish things off, and they are moving on to the state quarterfinals.
And they'll be down in Washington, Missouri on Saturday afternoon. Just a couple of the key scorers tonight for Pacific. It was Trey Boyer with 18 and Cameron Van Leer with 11. And then over on the Parkway Central side, they were led by DeAndre Campbell with 33 points. And then it was Arthur Green with 15, and Devion Harris had 11. So those were the high scorers in the game. And, BJ, I give, and I said it earlier, I give Pacific a lot of credit for coming back on this one. And they could have they had so much pressure from Parkway Central that, and it gave up, like a 27-3 run there at one point, and they fought themselves all the way back into this game. You said they got within 4 or 5, and really, got within 4, 60-56 on when Trey Boyer hit another 3. So that's what you like to see. That kids never get a lot of seniors on that team. This was their last basketball game, and congratulations to them on a fine season, and then. Boy, good luck to Parkway Central as they move on to Saturday. This team's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, they'll get the winner of Jennings and Liberty. Haven't been able to get a score on that, but that will be the matchup on Saturday from Washington High School. Tip time 2:45 approximately for the boys' game. The girls' game will be at 1 o'clock, and again, that'll be MICDS taking on Incarnate Word, as MICDS with a double overtime win tonight here against Sullivan. So we had 2 outstanding games here tonight.
We did.
From Kirkwood, and we thank both MICDS and Parkway Central for their game sponsorship here tonight, bringing us out for this doubleheader from Kirkwood. Want to thank everybody here at Kirkwood, set us up courtside, perfect vantage point for our broadcast here tonight from Kirkwood. And we also want to thank Ian Ross, our cameraman, along with our Prepcast sponsors. I want to thank Vandalia Bus Lines and Athletic Republic. We thank them very much, and once again, it's a final from here as Parkway Central moves on to the state quarterfinals. They beat Pacific 70-60 for Jim Plyman. I'm BJ Schulte. Thanks for tuning in tonight for high school playoff basketball on the Prepcast Broadcasting Network.